بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. We have today a very important subject. This subject have been affecting Muslims in general and Shia specifically for 1200 years. Always our ulama, when they asked why Imam Mahdi is in occultation mode, he's like for example, they say he's hiding because he's scared, because some of the bad rulers they used to inhabit that time, they would go and kill him because they don't want any message come from Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim. And then by time, always we keep asking why Imam Mahdi is still in that mode, why nobody can see him, nobody can ask him what is the proof of his existence, right? And still till this moment we have the same argument. Those people say you can believe. If you don't want to believe, you're not Shia anymore. We have two extremists from this side and this side, two extreme sides. Even now, as we always see inside our communities, even on some TVs, many people they say how can a person can live for 1200 years, and it's almost impossible. And why is that? It is more logically if Imam Mahdi will be born now, as the Sunni school of thought always propose. Say why you want to believe something it doesn't exist, why you always want to follow unlogical sides. In this lecture I'm gonna go deep and digging inside the Quran about sciences that exist in it, about many verses that we always miss. Why? Because we did not take the scientific aspect. In what way? Always, especially the last 300 or 400 years, Muslims they wait the newspaper, let's say Popular Science. We didn't have Popular Science 400 years ago, but let's say any medical journal or any person who will travel to the west and then come to the east back, he will say Americans or European or anyone from outside, they have a research lab or they have more knowledge, access to knowledge. They will say they invented that, or they discovered that the moon do so and so. Muslims immediately go to the books and they will see the ayah, that any verse that talk about the moon. They say look, Allah you know about this long time ago. And then after 20 years science will discover that this one was wrong, and immediately Muslim will shift back, will say oh no, we made this mistake, it meant that way. So I have many examples about what happened before, but this one will not discredit Islam. Why? Because it is by the people who used to practice Islam who are very ignorant, and they had too much arrogance. They just want to prove the religion right, and they don't want to study it. And we have the right to criticize that. In the Shia school of thought, this is what good about it. The good thing about it, we don't have anything called Sahih. For example, in their books they have something called Sahih al-Bukhari. Sahih, what does it mean? Is a book that everything in it is right. This is what does it mean. So after the Quran there's no infallibility except for those books. So that's for Sahih. In Islam, in Shia we don't have such thing. Every single information inside those books is, you can debate it, you can argue, you can criticize, and you have the free to do that. You are free to do it, but you have to be knowledgeable, not just open any book and then just for the sake of criticizing. Like now what's happening, anyone who's gonna be famous now, he'll go to a TV and then he will start talking, no, you can do that, Islam will allow you to do so and so, because why? You're gonna gain popularity. And this is what's happening now. There's too many fitna that's happening because of those people. Okay, we'll go back to the main subject. From this side, now philosophy has built many stages. We are in a stage that we can compare from this side, from the philosophical point of view, all the views in Islam. At the same time, knowledge has perceived, for example in physics or chemistry or biology, to a point that there's an atom. Inside this atom is quarks. Inside this quark there's something called order of creations. We said it. This order of creation is in philosophy mean God orders something to exist. But scientists and the people, specifically atheists, always run from this point. If you wanna immediately just put them in a corner, tell them that, and then they will run away. They will say, no, there's something in the universe. Even if you go to the singularity, you can trick them in this corner, and then they will run away. But it is the main core. You don't have to waste your time debating, because this is the main argument. It's over there. Always go to the beginning. Don't start with arguing what's happening now, because you're never gonna lose, or he's never gonna lose, or you're never gonna win, and he's never gonna win. You wanna continue debating for no reason. It is just wasting your brain for no reason. So if we look now at these two aspects, the philosophical point of views and the what's happened in science, we are in those peaks. We remember all the prophets before. They had their miracles, right? The prophet Moses has his own miracle, and during his time, magic was the dominant science. If you wanna guide any people, or if you wanna be the leader of any people, you'll be the best magician, and everyone will follow you. They will think you are son of God, or so and so. Prophet Moses, Allah Azza wa Jal, he gave him the miracle of his stick. He used to throw it, and then will eat all the magic around. And then he has 10 type of miracles. I'm not gonna talk about them, but I'm saying even in Jesus' time, the medicine was the best science there. People in that time used to give any prescription, and then after that it will heal you. So in Jesus' time, he will be able to immediately come to a person. He will just read some stuff, and then his holy hand, he will put it in anybody, and immediately will be healed. Even he can raise people back from death by the order of Allah Azza wa Jal and by his permission, because few prophets before did the same miracle as Jesus, and that mentioned in the Bible too, and in the Quran. So Allah Azza wa Jal always send prophets to their own time. Now with this time, if we're gonna prove that Imam Al-Mahdi exists, we have to prove it by what science is given us. Okay, so we switch to the scientific side, because I'm not gonna talk about anything from narration. I'm not gonna say that this one is from the science of unseen, because now if you wanna go to any person, sheikh, or tell him why Imam Mahdi is not here, he will say this is from Alam al-Ghayb, from the unseen world. You cannot question Allah for what he do. You stick to your business, he stick to his business, and then just take it or don't take it, and then you will be no Shia anymore. This is basically what you are. But now we will switch to the scientific point of view, because this is one of the sides we can take now to prove it, because we can prove it from the scientific point of view. Inshallah, in the future, if we are more advanced, we can prove it from the Arfan point of view, which is Arfan is much better than what we can explain now. But let's prepare now for the first step. We say now we send many satellites outside Earth to observe how universes are created. It's very simple. We have Hubble station. It's always traveling in space. I mean, outside Earth, for I don't know how much the distance now. And we have few satellites outside. They send the pictures from outside universes. We'll see that any universe is going, it's a new universe, and then it's going to be like, for example, Earth or Sun. Like, I'm not saying Earth like a planet. The formation of planets, there will be first like smoke. We see that Allah Azza wa Jal, he already talked about that in the Quran. He said to Earth and to the sky, come to me. I order you, come to me. I'm not translating exactly, okay? I'm just saying what the meaning of this verse. And then the earth and the sky came to Allah Azza wa Jal, but before there was smoke, dukhan. It was a dukhan before, smoke. Same way now we see different universe, there were dukhan, smoke. Before, so there's something before this happened, like for example, a planet take formation, like a circle formation. Something has to come in the middle to bring all this around, right? Something has to come to the middle to bring what we call it now gravity, right? In gravity, now any place on earth you stand, it will go to the same point. For example, if you are standing in the United States, the gravity is going down. If we are, like, for example, in 1000 years ago, people thought if the gravity going down in the other side, you will fly. This is what they thought. But science later, because scientists start exploring Earth, they said all point on Earth, they will go to the core zero, and then in the core will be the force zero. So this force is attracting everything around it because all the routes should go there. Okay, we compare it by philosophy. Where we find that in philosophy and religion at the same time? We find it in all the way of the prophets. Prophets, what's their ultimate goal? Their ultimate goal is to establish a state that worship God. It has a justice system. Everyone is taken the fair treatment, right? The fair rights, whatever we call it. Justice, democracy, whatever you want to call it. So all prophets, they had the same way of approaching religion. So we can call every prophet is a place in earth, and then all their way is going to the core. Why? Because all they share the same way. So who from those prophets established this kind of state? If we study all history, nobody. Prophet Moses, no. Prophet Jesus, no. He's in heavens, he's gonna come back later. Prophet Muhammad, no. Who? Nobody. So all their ways still establishing just outside. It's going inside. The dream is for saving, right? For a savior. All religion want this savior to establish this justice system. So the savior here will be the gravity. The gravity that attract all the point of view, right? Can you relate that? So we have something in the middle that attracting every single one from outside, and all this force will be what? Will be something called Imam Mahdi. So earth, and this is the truth by Arfan. Allah Azza when it was a smoke, Allah Azza wa Jal, He sent the essence of Imam Mahdi to the middle of this smoke, and all earth gathered around it. And that's why we have something called earth now. How we know that? We know that by his name. What his name? His name, Qa'im al-Muhammad. Qa'im. Qa'im means someone who made something exist. You see, we always say Qa'im al-Muhammad, Sallu ala Qa'im al-Muhammad, and then Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, and nobody know what Qa'im means. That's why we say Qa'im. Why we always say Qa'im? Because by his essence, everything came to life in earth.
I'm sorry, one of the words for Qa'im mean the same thing?
Yeah, this is Tanween. Yeah. Qa'im or Qa'imun or Qa'iman. Qa'im al-Muhammad mean a person, an essence of a person that came to earth and established this earth. So we have earth rounded because of him, because of his essence, because he's in the middle of this earth. Okay. And then we switch now to different explanation. And then one of his name, what? Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman. What does it mean? He is the owner of time and the place. Okay, what does it mean? If we look outside earth, we see over here only Qa'im inside earth. Outside, there's still new earth and new planets are coming to be round. So Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, he's a person that has an essence, exists everywhere, and everywhere where there's a planet, he has to be there. That's why we call him Qa'im al-Muhammad and then Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman. So he's not just a person, he's a savior here only. He is like a big name that Allah Azza wa Jal, He wanna send to all His creation, to save all His creation. Because we mentioned before, because this is important to say it, the 5 prophets that existed on earth, Moses, Abraham, Jesus, and Muhammad, and Nuh, they all have examples in different universes for different species. They're all the same. They have pictures, but they're exactly the same. They have the same soul. Those people, they're very important for every species that Allah Azza wa Jal create. And then because of that, because they have Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When we say sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, it's like we're sending blessings, to take blessings. So when we bring Muhammad, and then all his family is gonna come. And who's the most, I mean the important one at the very end is Imam Mahdi. And now I'm establishing why he's there, so later we can know why he's hiding, not hiding, occultation, in the occultation mode. So we understand it this way. In what point? In point when you know yourself, you know who is your God, right? Nobody know who is God is without knowing yourself. From this kind of point of view, we're not saying that Imam Mahdi is a God. No, we're saying if you know who Imam Mahdi is, you'll know what his message is. Because we are really missing to know who really is, why he existed, why he has this name Qa'im, why he has Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman. Because he lived 1200 years? No. Different prophets lived like 1,000 years, and they didn't give him these names. You see, we connect all this. So we have now established two things. So if you're going to have any life on Earth or any life in other planets, and you need to have some gravity in it, you send his essence to the middle, because all the ways go to him. The same way that gravity goes into every place on Earth, and all go to it, to this point. It will never fade outside it. All going. It will attract everything to it. And this is what's happening now. We open now the Quran. We have to give proof from the Quran. We have to prove that there's science of energy. We have to prove that there are sciences that they're talking about Allah Azza wa Jal, that there's fighting, there's a big fight between them in a way of what we said, the science of Allah, ilm al-lahut, and then the science of taghut, the devil science. Because the devil, he's not as you think, as stupid he is. He's very smart, he's very established. He teach his followers very well. They have what we call community with universities. They have classes like 101 of destroying someone, 131 of seduction, 103 for whatever bad things. They have it all. They teach it all to the followers that they, or his kids, or alam al-jinn, from the jinn side. And then there's from human. Now some people, a person in Iraq, he said, I am Imam Mahdi, follow me. What his proof? He will be able to go inside people's dream. He'll be able. Why? Because he have this kind of sciences. We mentioned that whatever gonna going now, I mean like in 4 or 5 years coming, this year's coming, the clash between our space and time with alam al-jinn, they're all gonna clash and they're gonna open together. We'll be able to see jinn, and they will able to see us face to face. Like if you're not protected by faith, you're gonna be in big trouble. Okay, so we open the Quran. We'll say we have 3 examples. I'll give one from the pyramid example, one from Sulaiman, Prophet Solomon, and the third one is from Abraham, and while he destroyed the idols. The first one, I'll give the pyramid. We go to Egypt now, we see those pyramids. Will be like so beautiful. We take selfies there. I'm behind the. But what happened is, when pharaohs, he ordered what we call now prime minister. His prime minister, his name Haman. His prime minister is Haman. He ordered him to. He said, build me something to see that if Moses is saying the truth. I want to see that there's a God. Now, those people, how they explain this verse from the Quran, they'll say because he was so dumb, he built him like this pyramid. So the Pharaoh, he went upstairs and he started looking in heaven. He said, "Oh, there's no God. Then I don't believe Moses anymore." And then he started fighting with him. No, that's stupid. Nobody gonna build such building that we don't really know how it was built till this moment. Our science till this moment doesn't know how it was built, because they were using something anti-gravity to lift this kind of stones, and we have many arguments regarding that. But this such thing was very heavy designed, and this design was carried through like specific generation. Not anyone can hold this kind of knowledge, and was directed from what? From the devil. The devil, he gave this kind of sciences because the devil lived before us 6 million, not earth years, 6 million heaven years. Each one of them may be equal to 1 million year we live now. So he lived for a long time. So he know all the type of sciences he was learning. I told you, he has a big libraries. He know everything about the human being. But we are always stronger than him because he doesn't have access to the heart. He have access to any place inside your body except your heart. Anyway, so we continue. So the Pharaoh, he said, I want you to build me something to see the heaven that Moses is talking about. He built him this pyramid. Now we go inside the pyramid. We want to see why he built him that. We go, we see there's a middle room inside, and we have 2 rooms in the corners. Be like Disney Channel, you know, 2 circles and one inside. But actually they're not circles, just like they're cubes. Well, scientists start discovering the stones inside. Like they take some small pieces and then take them to the laboratories, and they found very weird stuff in it. They're very weird materials, and those materials now we use them for what? Something called fusion, electrical fusion. If you know what's fusion mean, it is the same way the sun is working. You bring H1 and then you destroy it to bring H2, H3, H4, H5, so you have unlimited energy. I'm sorry?
Iron Man.
Yeah, like I'm Iron Man or something. Okay, bring movies now. Okay, so what's happening there is they're creating like a fusion. Why they want to create fusion inside? And who told them there's something called fusion, like a sun? This is, we're talking 6,000 years ago. We're not talking 10 years ago. Till this moment, we fail to turn on a fusion reactor for less than 0.10 seconds. If we are succeeding to turn fusion 1 second only, it will be a miracle in science. Look what's happening. So there is a huge energy inside this pyramid, and then the Pharaoh, he went to a specific place inside this pyramid for a reason. Okay, I'm gonna leave the story of Pharaoh and then I'm gonna take you to Solomon, so you know where did he go, what did he see exactly when he went to that high energy. What was happening? Well, it doesn't matter, center or under, or it was a place. It was a small room that it will take him to someplace else, because we live by what? By our frequency, and our body is a frequency. Your body in reality doesn't exist. It's only it's like a radio frequency, but we'll be able to see it because you were created to see it. We have something inside the retina inside, from 200 nanometer to 645 nano. If any frequency outside that, we're unable to see it anymore. It's very specific what to see. This is the plan of God. So anyway, so we go to Sulaiman, Prophet Solomon. Over there, even in this verse, he built a small place inside, like a beautiful place, and then Sheba, when she went inside that place, the Quran mentioned that she uncovered her leg. Okay, and when she went inside, she was so she said, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful." This is how they tell you the explanation of this verse was, "Oh, this palace so beautiful, was built like magic." I believe in God now. This is how they explain the verse, because basically but the Quran here is talking about a big secret. What is it exactly? When he said she went inside that place, he didn't mention how this was a castle or it was a small room. He said in the Quran it was a sarah. Sarah mean a place. It might be a one room. It's not like a big castle that we're talking about. We're talking about a small room, because he did a bigger miracle before. He transferred all her town from Yemen to Jordan by teleportation. He transferred all, but she still didn't believe in God. When he did that, she didn't believe in God. But in the Quran he said, when she entered that place, she said, "Okay, I believe in God." Which is bigger? If someone transfer you now from here to Lebanon, you will believe that he's God, right? But still, she didn't believe that there's a God. She didn't believe that he's still prophet of God. He showed her something special. We'll explain it now. I told you before, for example, if you wear like a gemstone rings, why we wear it? Because gemstones, or any ring, diamond or whatever it is, or akik, or all those ones, will give you a good frequency to your body, because frequency exists naturally inside those stones. It will heal and many things inside your body. And I have a big lecture for that. I made a big lecture why you should wear those ones. You can listen to it. So over here, what happened when she went inside that place? It wasn't a regular place built. It was a place was built by specific gemstones. Why? Because he wanted to play with certain frequency inside her body. Okay. She went inside. In the Quran, they said she uncovered one of her legs. When she went inside, she thought that because it was water. In reality, if we flip different place in the Quran, he said التفت الساق بالساق. Yani when someone dies, his two legs will be like this, will be like on top of each other. But everyone died. Nobody put his legs on top of each other. What does it mean exactly? What does it mean in a other side, Arfan point of view, is the first leg mean عالم الدنيا. The second leg mean عالم الآخرة. So your leg of عالم الدنيا is on top of عالم الآخرة. So we go to Sulaiman from this translation. We say, or from this explanation, we say when she uncovered her leg, this is mean Sulaiman, he did something to her frequency that her body transferred to a different place. Same way that the Pharaoh did. Because of the frequency, all the frequency that. So when he said she covered her leg, uncovered her leg, this is mean he uncovered the عالم الآخرة for her. He showed her something bigger. The veil. He doesn't mean uncovered her leg. Why he wanna mention her leg in a Quran? Who cares? No? So she went inside. She uncovered her leg, and I mean that he showed her something very big. What is it exactly? It is the access to heaven, what we call it, the fourth layer of heaven. When you go there, many prophets, they were able to go there by this specific signs. Many prophets, they had this connection to go outside. Even the devil used to able to go there, but they used to hide, listening to angels what they're saying, to plan bad things for human being. I'm not stuck in movie now, it's reality. I'll be able to prove it by frequencies, Even now, the coming science, for example, in cancer or in all type of the new sciences, you'll be able to wear something, will give you frequency and it will heal you. But they don't want you to reach it because they want you to always pay top money for their medication. But hopefully soon we'll be able to reach this kind of science. Okay, we'll continue. So now we established that Solomon, and later she became his wife, Sheba, the Queen Sheba. If you look at some American movie, Queen Sheba, I'm sorry to say that they made her look like a very bad woman. All what she looked for is just intimate relationships, and that's very bad. She was very smart woman. She was able to rule a big country, and at the same time, at the very end, she reached the ultimate goal that Allah Azza wa Jal wanted her to reach with Prophet Sulaiman. And same way to the Pharaoh. What happened is when he did all this energy, his body transferred to the fourth level heaven. But what's the difference is when he transferred there, Haman, his prime minister, he was with him with the devil. They told him, you are the God. Look, you did that, you created that, you are the God. So Moses should follow you. You see how he flipped it for him? Because why Allah Azza wa Jalla, he mentioned the Pharaoh and Haman in the Quran? Because we have their example in Islam. We have their example in Islam. We have the big guy that always the small guy control him. He took over everything. We have always the same examples. So we have those two things. And I'll give you one more example from this science in the Quran, that about Abraham. We read his story. While we read it, always we used to listen, oh, the Quran give you beautiful stories, It's like before you sleep, go read a little bit Quran, you'll be enjoying their stories and you sleep. No, it's not. What's happening here, there's many layers of free secrecy. He wants you to think. He wants you to make this tool working. He talked about Abraham. Abraham, what he did, he asked all his surrounding to believe that there is one God, and you should worshiping him. You shouldn't be worshiping those idols. Now, like now you're sitting here, you bring anybody, even the atheist, even someone who believes that his foot is talking to him, anybody, even whatever. Now we have many weirdos, you know. You tell him this idol is your God, worship him. Nobody will worship as a stone you make it by your hand. And it was always hard for me to believe that someone really made something and he worshiped it. It happened, but why it happened? Because the devil had something to do with it. How? By his science, he made some people do some idols made of iron, some idol made of carbon. Some of them were made of different materials, and those materials, if you all mix them together, even with copper, if you all mix them together, will produce electromagnetic field. Okay, so when this temple, we can call it, was designed by the devil and assigned to those people who work under him to create this something scary to the people to worship. Because at the end, if you go back in time, or now if I do some, like, let's say I'm sitting now here and then suddenly I disappeared, many people here, they might think I am something very special, and some people, they might go in their mind that I am something has to do with God, right? Because we are always scared from that. That's why we believe anything we see. But in reality, we shouldn't be like this, because what's coming is gonna be like this. If you don't have the strong faith, you're not gonna know what's the truth, where the truth is. So with Abraham, what he's teaching you, when he started destroying all idols, he destroyed all idols randomly. Like, he start, just doing anything randomly. But the big idol, he didn't touch it, because he know that if he's gonna touch the big idol, he's gonna be electrocuted immediately, because all the power exists there. You see, what's my proof? I might be saying something wrong. We go back to the Islam. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went inside Mecca, the house of God, now what we call it. When he went inside, there was 360 stone. 360. Remember that number. It is it equal to how many? The circle degrees in a circle. 360. It wasn't even during Prophet Abraham's time. It was 360 degree too. You see, it all relates. The number of idols. They didn't make 361. They didn't make 315. Always 360. It is scientifically designed. There's science behind that. We are designing science here. We're not dealing with someone stupid is just making anything to worship. And some of these idols were made from different type of material, not just wood, not just the regular metal. Every single one was made from specific material. So when Imam Ali came and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, they stood next to the Kaaba, and then Prophet Muhammad, he wanted to go there. So Imam Ali, he put his hands, he couldn't carry him. Not because he's so weak and Prophet Muhammad, he was heavy, no, because we are now dealing with sciences. What kind of sciences? The heavy, all things, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was so heavy by how much he carried from knowledge, from all these things. So Imam Ali couldn't carry him. He was so weak carrying all this knowledge. So what he did exactly, he said, "Go, Ya Ali, you go, you take it." So he was able. He said, he explained Imam Ali while in Prophet Muhammad, he carried him to the Kaaba. He said, "I was able to touch anything in heaven, not just go on top of the Kaaba. Anything in heaven, I could touch it while Prophet Muhammad, he was taking me up there." And even now, if we go to see the Kaaba, you need like 17 men on top of each other to reach it upstairs. I don't know how 2 men were able to go there. Even by that, there's a miracle. So Imam Ali, he stood there, but he did not just bring a big hammer and say, "I hate you," and he started doing like that, whatever. No, he was destroying the idols in a mathematical way. There's a mathematics in it. He destroyed this one, he count, and then he destroyed that one. He count back, and then he destroyed that. The big idol, after he destroyed it this way, the big idol immediately was falling alone. He didn't touch it. Why? Because if you do it the right way, the big idol will immediately break, immediately go down. You don't have to touch it anymore. You see how this is the science. This is how Imam Mahdi is gonna do when he will come back, because Mecca now, it is, you see this big clock next to the Kaaba, it is where the big idol was before. So Imam Mahdi has to destroy 360 idol for this big clock to go down, because if you see this big clock, you see it has two horns. They will tell you this is the hilal in like you always see it in masajid, but it's not like that. It is like that. It's like horns. What reminded you of the horns of the devil? So why the horn of the devil are now existing next to the Kaaba? There's something fishy there. See? So the devil, he's 24-hour working. He's busy, And we are watching Star Academy always, We have to see. We are missing many things. Why? Because we didn't really interpret the Quran in the right way. So we continue. So at the very beginning, there was all this frequency existing. Now I brought with me a frequency generator. Frequency what does it mean exactly? It will a point that will go up to the plus and then will go down to the minus. Will go up to the plus and then will go back to the minus. And then here I have an LED light. What we call LED light. I will pass it by. It has two legs, one tall and one smaller. Why? Because we have to have a polarity in it. What does it mean? Like if I put negative here and the positive side in the other side, it will go on. If I flip the polarity, it won't go on. I have to have the right polarity to go on. So inside, I had this machine with me here. It will produce frequency. It has a frequency in it. Why? For example, if I flip, we measure frequency by the term hertz. Hertz, the person who invented this one, he called Michael Hertz. So anything we do by the frequency now is by hertz. So what does it mean to have 1 hertz? Okay, 1 hertz is a point that going very up and going down in 1 minute. So let's say if I'm gonna have 1 hertz, this light is gonna take 1 minute to light and then it won't light. It will take too much time. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna do it to what? If I do it like 2 hertz, 3 hertz, 4 hertz, you see, now this light will go and then the other one will go off and the other one will go on. Why? Because I'm playing with polarities. You see, this is how we exist. Our body exists by frequency. How? For example, in science, my body is vibrating 1 billion times. It is not existing half the time, and it is existing the other half. It is the same way like this, but I'm making it slow. You see, I'm making it now very slow. It is now for only 15 hertz. So if what's happened if I make it higher? What's gonna happen? Who knows?
Won't be able to make the distinction between
Yeah, no, yeah. See, now I'm making it high. It's doing faster. It's going faster. It's like a cup now, right? faster. Okay, let me flip it here because it will go very. If I switch it to 1 million time flipping on and off, what's gonna happen? Who knows? Okay.
And it won't look like it's
See it
blinking.
flash.
Yeah. It'll
See,
look
both
still.
are on. You see, now it is this one. This LED now is flashing 1 billion time on and off, each one of them. But because it's flashing very high, what's happening? It is on. This is how we exist.
That's how we
Is
exist.
that the negative and positive side of it?
Yeah, each one of them is negative and positive polarities.
Now
We are like this. Okay. So the science of Allah Azza wa Jal, what's happening now? The science of Allah Azza wa Jal, it is like this. Because we exist. Okay, but if all those people, they kept killing all the imams. They follow and they're tortured all the imams. Because those people are the reason why we're still in existence, the imams. Or the prophets. What's gonna happen to this frequency? Let me now, this is 1 megahertz, okay? If I go to 2 gigahertz, 2 megahertz, what's gonna happen? No, it will, look, and now I'm 4, 5, the light is going dimmer. If this machine only reached up to 8 megahertz, I cannot bring the bigger one. It will reach to 90 mega. You see, I need a machine that reaches to 90 megahertz to what? To disappear. But what's happening here? The frequency is still inside, but we cannot see it anymore. Okay, well now we compare this science to what? To Imam Mahdi. Okay, Imam Mahdi is in existence. He's there, right? The frequency of Imam Mahdi is still there, but all the sciences that the devil was building from the Prophet Muhammad's time till this moment, what he did, he is trying to higher the frequency of idols around the earth.
The devil is.
The devil. During all the time from the Prophet, when immediately when the Prophet came, what happened? The devil made a plan to what? To kill him. The Prophet, by the way, was martyred. Many people, yani, the information they didn't reach it before. Prophet was martyred, and by I don't want to say by what, but later we can reflect. After that, Imam Ali was martyred. After that, all Imams one by one was martyred, and each time he martyred those people, more idols will come to life. More people will worship their own ideas. More people will worship different people. More will worship what we call it now, the woman. The woman in general. Each one of us is after many million women in his life, and same way money, worshiping. There's many things we're worshiping. The more each one of us is a source of energy. I told you, our hearts travel a distance of 5 miles. Each one of us now, he has an energy of 5-mile radius. So if we have a love for Allah Azza wa Jal, each one, look how much energy we're spreading now in Durban Heights. Okay, if all those people, let's say now, if you go to a place that a singer there, how many people are sitting there listening to this song? Maybe 200, 300. You have a 300 heart are worshipping the devil. Look how much bad energy they're spreading. You see? So all this bad energy made the energy of earth is to go up, 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 up. What's gonna happen to the energy, to the good energy that Allah Azza wa Jal He wanted there? It is like this machine. The more high energy, the frequency the devil is spreading inside earth, what's happening? Happening that the good energy is going to be there, but what? Doesn't show anymore. Who can see it? No. The person who believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. What's my example? If you bring the regular remote control now for the TV, do you have it? Can you bring me the remote control for the TV? Okay. Now this one has a specific. Inside this one, if you take it off, you can take it off after I leave. Your mom will be responsible for that. Anyway, if I push, for example, channel up and down, do you see any light inside? Can someone see light here? You see any? Okay. If I bring now, can you give me a cell phone with a camera? Yeah. Anyway, cell phone with a camera.
Can I got the camera
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Okay. Nobody can see that light, right? Okay. Now, if I bring the cell phone with the camera has this. Can you see it from here? Okay. Now I'm gonna push any signal. What do you see? Do you see red color? No. Is it this camera?
No, I think the remote is projecting right on this side.
Yeah. Can you give me a different one? I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah. You see now? Over here, look. What kind of light do you see? You see light, right? You see it, right? Yeah. There's something flashing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why? Because the frequency of that was able to see it over here. The frequency inside the camera will. So this camera, it is like a believer. This, even if this light nobody can see it because it's in a high frequency mode, but when you are a believer, you're still able to see it. So if someone asks you, do you see Imam Mahdi? Yeah, you see him. Yeah, he's every single day in your life. He's inside your dreams. He is the one who is always there for you when you need. He read your every single night, twice a week, what you're doing. Because why? He is Allah Azza wa Jal. He put him there as his ambassador. He wants you to have this human touch. Many people, they say, why he's there? We can immediately connect with Allah. Like for example, now I can open my eyes, God, give me $1 million. He might give me that, but because he wants you to have this human touch. He wants someone look like you, feel like you. He's in pain. He's hungry. Tangible, yes. You'll be able to relate. He will be able to feel. He'll be able to cry for you. When you really need him. That's why he created Ahlul Bayt. That's why he created the prophets. Not because he doesn't want to be so powerful that nobody can know who is Allah Azza wa Jal. Nobody can imagine how he look like. If this is the God, we respect, yes, but later you're gonna start hate. He's so powerful and we're so weak. Why there's no connection there? Why we wanna worship him? And then if he didn't create something like Ahlul Bayt to bring it there, because he say, I am here with you, I am with you. By what? By those people that I created that feel you. They have the same needs like you have. They need to eat, they need to sleep. They need to, you see how you relate together? So us, the human being, we did that to Ahlul Bayt. We made them disappear. But actually what's happening? The energy is still there. Imam Mahdi, he described himself, he said, I am like a sun, and all the weather is covering me, but you're still able to see the light. Now if you go outside and it's, what do you call it? Cloudy. If you go outside and it's cloudy, you'll be able to say it's a morning, right? You still benefit from the sun. Yeah, still there, but you cannot see it directly, but it's still there. It is exactly like that. You need to have a vision, not an eyes to see it. So Imam Mahdi exists by this explanation. Yes, exists by this explanation. Exists by physics. Some people, they say no, he does. Yeah, he does. Look how. The more frequency from the Quran, from the science of energy, because it was used before, it's still been used, it's gonna be still used always. The devil is always trying to control you by energy. He's not trying to come always just whispering inside your brain. No, he's controlling everyone around you by that. So you be the good energy, you be the good vibration, like this gemstone always give you the good frequency inside earth. Many times you go to some people, immediately when you see them, I'm relaxed, I don't know why. And some people, when you see them, it's like, oh my God, I don't know what he make. Bad vibration. Why? Because each one of us here, he hold this good vibration or that good vibration. So the more good you are, the more good vibration is gonna come to your heart. The more you are going to the level that, like this camera, to see those people, like the imams, because they exist. They're there with you. They're inside your dreams. Not the dreams like fantasy. No, sometime when you sleep, someone good inside your dream will come to you and will tell you something or will give you something. This thing in a dream is not just because you're hungry and then he give you McDonald's. No, sometimes they will give you fruit, or not just because it's your unconscious. You were before one day in this grocery shop and then you were thinking about food. No, those things has a symbolic. So when he give you, let's say, something inside your dream, this is mean you're gonna be affected by it in this morning when you wake up. You're not gonna know what is it, but you're gonna feel good about it. You see, all is related. Imam Mahdi is inside everyone's heart. You see how this is how we can relate to it. So if someone tell you why Imam Mahdi, you cannot see him, why he's there, is he hiding? No, he's not. He's there, but can you see him? I don't have to prove that he exists. You prove me that he doesn't exist. Can you prove me that he doesn't exist? They say you cannot see him. Okay, look, you'll be able to see the light. No, you have to have a specific vision to see that. Any question? Yeah.
So talking about this frequency and the bad energy, like, is this what's causing all turbulation around the earth?
Yeah.
The earthquakes and
Yeah.
the snowstorms, like
Yeah.
this bad energy from the devil and from man?
Yeah, because the more frequency we are going up. Let's say now, why we call the microwave a microwave? Because it has a high frequency in it. Why? Because the more frequency in it, the more heat is. And Earth now is in global warming. Why?
Oh, so it's not the carbon thing, it's the bad energy.
Yeah, the bad energy for sure. We are energy. We are frequencies. If every like we have a 200 million person here, all what they think about is bad things, stealing,
Carbon is you.
yes. Yeah, because now even if we go back to the horse age and we're not using anything that give pollution, the earth still heating. Why? Because each one of us is energy from the earth, and then we are interacting with this earth, and then we're giving a high frequency. That's what causing Imam Mahdi to disappear, but he's still there. Yeah,
So he is a mercy for us.
he
He's
is
stable
for
like
sure.
we are.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, they say the earth can't exist without one of the
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's for this reason. Because he's here, but we cannot see him. Look what's happening. Imagine if he wasn't here at all.
Like without, just like the same way without that essential force of gravity, everything would just.
Everything will go away.
That's
Yeah.
why you said, like from all the days of the week, right? You said Jum'ah was like Imam Mahdi alayhi salam.
Yes.
Jum'ah al-nas ala al-tawheed or something.
Yes,
like that?
yes. He is the person who gathered everyone. That's why in Surah Al-Jum'ah, in Yawm Al-Jum'ah, it's always recommended for you, recommend you to go pray. Why? Not because we sit all together there and we have al-hajjis, we talk about, this is how they tell you, when you go to Salat al-Jum'ah, you go there to see all Muslims and you ask about everyone, and everyone will be drinking coffee, be happy together. It's not like that. It's good socially, it's good. We have like Islamic Facebook, is the Salat al-Jum'ah. It's by time. But in reality, he wants you to, it's the meaning of Friday is Imam Mahdi. Because I told you the name of the days, Ithnain, Monday, mean two people. Al-Hasan al-Hussein. Thulatha, three people. The people who defeated some other in a school of thought that were trying to destroy Islam. Because any energy now, anything in energy has to go by three sides. You cannot make energy by one line. You can make it by three sides. So this is the energy. The Arba'a, after that is the four Imams that they created something like Kaaba. Kaaba, it has a four sides. It will defeat anything that come to Islam like a cube. Al-Khamis, after that for Imam Hassan Askari, preparing for the Friday. Friday is all the people is gonna be connected like the gravity. Jum'ah. Why? What's my proof? Yeah. What's my proof? In the Quran, the Holy Quran, he say, وَإِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ. Yani if you guys, you've been asked to come to prayers from يوم الجمعة. You see, look, listen. من يوم الجمعة. I didn't say في يوم الجمعة. It should be في يوم الجمعة. You see, look, big difference. We always think, يوم الجمعة is calling you to pray. No, it's calling you from يوم الجمعة. It's not calling you in يوم الجمعة.
Even the next few verses, like
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like you're addressing Yom al-Jum'ah, like it's like personified. Like you said,
Yeah.
they whatever there's like trade or business or whatever, like they leave you standing. Or
Yeah, وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعَ. Darul Bay' mean, so many people they say leave your business. No, actually, if you take bay'ah, when you go to do bay'ah, bay'ah, for example, you go to Imam, you say, you are my Imam, give me, what's the plural of bay'ah? We cannot say bay'at, we'll say bay'ah. You see that language? If you can flip it, you can say leave your business or give your loyalty to someone important.
get rid of leave your own allegiances.
Yes.
And give it to your.
وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعَ, يعني come and do bay'ah for Imam Mahdi, you see? It's not like leave your business and come here. Big difference. See, big difference. Yeah, and then the day, Saturday in Arabic means Sabt. Sabt means a person that made everything established. يعني ثبت الخلق على توحيد الله عز وجل. هو رسول الله, Nabi Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad. And Sunday, أحد mean the person who أحاد الناس عن الصراط المنافقين عن الصراط المستقيم. A person who was the filter that to know who is mu'min from the kafir. You see, even the days are them. وتلك أيام الله. This is the day of Allah. This is what does it mean.
That's why they say you should never curse the day.
Exactly. The day is not responsible for your misery. You are responsible for it. Like some people, they say, I hate Mondays. No, you cannot say. It's yes. Monday is Hassan and Hussein. يا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على